Hey everyone, imagine you're sitting here with me, maybe with a cup of coffee, because I want to talk to you about a book that really shifted something for me. It's called A Return to Love Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles by Marianne Williamson. Now, this isn't just any self-help book, it's like Marianne reached into my soul and perfectly articulated so many feelings and questions I had about life, fear, and what it truly means to love. What's wild is that it's all based on this other self-study system called A Course in Miracles, which she didn't write but interprets so beautifully. This book became super popular after Oprah Winfrey got enthusiastic about it, and you can totally see why. It just hits different. So what's this book all about? Well, it cuts straight to the chase. We were born with love, and fear is what we learn here. Think about it. When we were little, we were perfectly programmed to focus on love. Our imaginations were wild, and the world felt enchanted. But then we were taught this really bad philosophy ideas like competition, scarcity, guilt, and the notion that we're separate from others. It's like someone gave us a sleeping pill the moment we arrived. The entire spiritual journey, according to Marianne and the Course, is simply about unlearning that fear and accepting love back into our hearts. Love isn't just a fluffy feeling, it's our ultimate reality and our purpose on earth. Now you might be wondering, okay, but if love is our natural state, why does life feel so hard sometimes? That's where the concept of hell comes in, which Marianne explains isn't a place but a state of mind, a shared lovelessness. She talks about our generation feeling paralyzed, not by external forces, but by internal fear, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being disliked. It's a self-loathing that turns inward as addiction, depression, illness, or outward as violence and war. We often make the mistake of thinking others don't have as much fear, which just makes us more afraid. So what's the antidote? This is where God enters the picture, and here's the kicker: God isn't some judgmental entity outside of us. God is the love within us. Seriously, it's that simple. We are literally extensions of His love, created in His image. The Course calls it an authority problem. We thought we could create ourselves and even God in our own angry judgmental image, forgetting that God is pure, unconditional love. When we choose to think with love, life is peaceful. When we turn away, pain sets in, and this is a mental choice we make every single moment. You might think, but how can I just choose to love when I'm so angry or scared? That's where the idea of miracles comes in. A miracle, according to the Course, is not some supernatural event, but a shift in perception. It's choosing to see things from a place of love instead of fear. Marianne shares her own journey, explaining how she was a total mess by her mid-20s, constantly looking for meaning in all the wrong places. She tried therapy, self-help books, wild experiences, but nothing truly stuck because her problem was internal, a huge rock of self-loathing. When she finally encountered A Course in Miracles, it told her to relax and surrender the fight. This wasn't resignation, but relief, because she realized she wasn't made for worldly combat. She describes it as her path out of hell. One of the most powerful concepts that enables these shifts is the Holy Spirit. Now, if you're like me, those Christian terms might make you a little nervous or bring up old guilt-ridden associations, but Marianne clarifies that the Course uses these terms in profoundly non-traditional, non-religious ways. The Holy Spirit isn't an external force that judges us, it's God's alternative to fear, a force of consciousness within us. It's like a great transformer of perception, built into our very being, ready to deliver us from our fearful thinking whenever we ask. It responds fully to our slightest invitation. It reminds us that only the love we've given and received is real, and everything else is an illusion that must be forgotten. This leads us to forgiveness, a major cornerstone of the Course philosophy. And again, it's not what you might traditionally think. It's not about condoning someone's guilt or saying what they did was okay. The Course teaches that only love is real. So, if someone behaves unlovingly, it's not real, it's a manifestation of their fear, a call for love. To forgive, then, is to choose to see their innocence beyond their fearful behavior, to remember only the loving thoughts you gave in the past, and those that were given you. All the rest must be forgotten. It's a selective remembering. This is tough, right? Especially when you feel justified in your anger. But Marianne asks, do you prefer that you be right or happy? When you judge, you're hurting yourself because all minds are connected. Forgiveness is actually an act of radical self-interest because it brings us peace. Speaking of internal shifts, another huge concept is realizing your true self. Marianne emphasizes that you are a child of God, created in perfect love, and nothing you've ever done can mar your perfection in His eyes. The perfect you already exists. Your job is to allow the Holy Spirit to remove the fearful thinking that surrounds it, just as Michelangelo removed excess marble to reveal the statue within. This isn't arrogant, it's humble, because thinking you're anything less is denying God's creation. We all share a divine or Christ mind, meaning at our core, we're not just identical but actually the same being. There's only one of us here. We're like sunbeams from the same sun or waves from the same ocean. Then there's the ego, which is basically our entire network of fearful perceptions. It's a false belief about ourselves, a lie about who and what we really are. The ego thrives on the idea of separation and constantly tries to convince us we're not good enough. It's the silver-tongued devil that tells us to look out for number one at the expense of others. But ultimately, what we give or withhold from others, we give or withhold from ourselves. The good news is the ego isn't a monster, it's just the idea of a monster. A glitch that occurred when love became blocked. And as Marianne wisely puts it, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We're meant to shine. And when we do, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Let's talk about relationships, because this is where these principles truly get tested. Marianne says every encounter is a holy encounter because as you see him, you will see yourself. As you treat him, you will treat yourself. Relationships exist to speed up our journey back to God. She distinguishes between special relationships and holy relationships. A special relationship, though it sounds good, is ego-based. It's where we seek another person to complete us. Stemming from our belief in separation, it's often filled with anger and projections because we're looking for salvation outside ourselves. But a holy relationship is the transformed version, where the Holy Spirit guides our minds and we meet heart to heart. Here we recognize that we don't lack anything, and we join with another whole person to extend love. The goal isn't to change the other person, but to see their beauty, to accept them as they are. You might ask, so what about romantic love? Is that special or holy? Marianne explains that there aren't different categories of love. The love that is real is the love of God, which is at the heart of all relationships. Romantic love can definitely bring challenges and existential pain to the surface, demanding our skills in compassion and forgiveness. The ego often uses romantic love to convince us there's one special person out there who will fix everything, creating this mystic right delusion, but that's a barrier to pure love. Our job isn't to seek love, but to seek for all the barriers we hold against its coming. The actual truth is, there's no Mr. Right because there's no Mr. Wrong. There's just the person in front of us, offering perfect lessons. True intimacy comes from taking off our masks, revealing our unhealed places, and finding safety in mutual forgiveness. And then there's work, not just a job but a ministry. Marianne encourages us to make our work an expression of love and service to mankind. Instead of asking what do I want to do, she suggests we ask, when I do anything, how should I do it? And the answer is kindly. Our careers are meant to spread love and joy, not just make money. Money itself isn't evil, it's just nothing. It's neutral, and its purpose is determined by our minds. The real problem isn't the distribution of wealth, but the consciousness around it, when we shift from a sales mentality to a service mentality. Focusing on giving rather than getting, abundance naturally flows. As she puts it, our purpose on this earth is to be happy, and the Holy Spirit guides us to whatever material support helps us express joy. Now, what about our bodies and health? This is super insightful. The book says we think we're separate because we have bodies, but in truth, we have bodies because we think we're separate. The body isn't inherently bad, it's a framework for developing abilities, a means for extending love. Sickness, Marianne explains, is loveless thinking materialized. It's not God punishing us, but our own self-judgment. Healing isn't just physical, it's primarily a return to love, a shift in mind. She shares a fascinating study about rabbits overcoming a toxic diet simply by being cuddled, which she links to the psycho-immunological factor of love. The message from illness isn't hate me but love me. It's about transforming the energy of fear back into love. And finally, the big picture heaven. This isn't some distant place we go after we die. Heaven is here. There is nowhere else. Heaven is now. There is no other time. It's a decision, a conscious choice to be happy, to defy the ego's voice, and focus on the beauty in life. God's will is that we be happy now. This involves actively choosing joy, even in the midst of darkness, trusting that God provides the answer to every problem the moment it occurs. Only infinite patience produces immediate results. The book also touches on death and reincarnation, clarifying that death isn't an end but a continuation. Our spirit is eternal, and physical death is just like taking off a suit of clothes. It's our perception of death as an enemy that causes pain. The goal is to evolve our understanding of life beyond the physical, recognizing that the spirit does not die when the body dies. Ultimately, what Marianne Williamson and A Course in Miracles are trying to tell us is that we're poised at heaven's gate, ready to return home. We've been through the dark side, done the useless journey of fear, and now we're ready to embrace the light. It's a call to cosmic adulthood, recognizing that our biggest job is to contribute to the healing of the world by embodying love. It's a message that we are all miracle workers. This book is a profound invitation to introspection and change. If you've ever felt that nagging sense that there must be more to life, that your struggles are somehow self-created, or that you're hiding your true self from the world, then this book is a compass. It doesn't offer quick fixes, but rather a radical, gentle, and utterly transformative path to inner peace. It reminds you that the light is in you, and frankly, in a world that often feels lost in fear, a return to love is not just a personal journey, but possibly the only way forward for all of us. I truly hope you pick it up and let it speak to your heart.